One. It's my turn to bring us in.
You bring us in.
Henry McClure live on the Topeka Factor with Marshall Barber.
Yes, the visibly telegenic Marshall Barber.
Telegenic?
Yes.
Did
As
you
opposed to photogenic.
Okay, we're telegenic today.
Photogenic, radiogenic.
We're podogenic.
I can do them all. Yeah.
Pod people, in making podcasts.
Potogenic. I don't think that's
No,
legal
no,
in
not on
Kansas
any,
yet.
not any pot for me.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's time for the Topeka Factor.
So you know what I want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about highest and best use.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Because I was supposed to have.
Highest and best use.
Well, yes.
This is a real estate principle.
Well, and it's especially in commercial real estate, but it's for overall zoning, for overall land. But the fundamentals of real estate is what's its highest and best use. That's where, when you get down to the appraisal factor and the value, and I think we're much more concerned about highest and best use in commercial real estate.
Okay.
So would you argue that?
I would not.
Okay, good. So, and the reason I bring it up because I floundered and was not able to get your rents that I promised for.
Oh, hard comps. Yeah.
Yeah, for
okay.
Topeka Boulevard
and
10th Street.
Okay.
Your Pizza Hut listing.
Okay.
But also too, what I really wanted to talk about is the highest and best use putting a food guy back in there? And maybe it's not. Would a lobbyist convert that to a office space to be closer to the Capitol? Then would it be better than a food guy?
Okay.
And so I think that's one thing that we ought to talk about as you move forward with your property and your listing and your promotion of it, is really what is the highest and best use. And now I'm not doing this to get out of doing the comparables.
In the past, it had been a drugstore, which is interesting because it was Super D Drugs a long time ago.
Well, back when they were the Walgreens back then.
And right across the street from it, guess what we have? Walgreens. And there was even talk, I hope I'm not treading on dangerous ground here, but there had been talk of CVS wanting to be across the street.
No, why would that be dangerous ground? Well, the best real estate in Kansas is a parking lot for state employees.
Yeah.
When they had the docking building.
And apparently there's deed restrictions in place, which means that property has to continue to be owned by the state.
Well, okay, but you could lease.
You could do a ground lease.
You can always ground lease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say who it was, but I had some conversation with another commercial broker who seemed to have some bad feelings about why that CVS thing never flew.
Well, the best part about rumors is starting them.
Yeah. We could start our own rumors.
Yeah, we'll start our own rumors. But you know what I want to do? I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know whether
highest and best use.
Well, and I got into an argument with the owner of a shopping center about highest and best use.
Recently?
Yes, within the last couple of days.
Okay.
And it's the White Lakes Plaza.
Okay.
Owned by Winda Wang.
Okay.
And so this will be a case study for the Topeka Factor.
All right. White Lakes Plaza.
Yeah, White Lakes Plaza. You've got Abigail's and you've got the liquor store.
That's pretty close to the gas station too, isn't it?
Right across the street.
Right.
They're basically contiguous.
Okay. Yeah.
Divided by the street.
That was John Stevie's old gas station. I'm not sure who has it now.
Who's John Stevie's?
The guy that used to own the gas station.
Okay.
Yeah, he sold me a '72 Monte Carlo way back when. Best car I ever owned.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you'll never forget the Stevie's family for that. So
from Axtell, Kansas.
Here's time is my most valuable asset.
Right.
And the guy bought the shopping center for under $28 a square foot.
Okay.
And there's no way you could reproduce what stands there today for $28 a foot. You know,
Okay.
the roof, the shell, the masonry, the sidewalks, all that. You couldn't reproduce that for
Parking lot.
So my argument was let's take the liquor store and put him in the back with a drive-through, because the drive-through is going to increase the sales.
Okay.
And what a better opportunity. I said, look, all you have to do is take what the guy's paying now. So you're still getting the benefit of the income that you were
Already
getting.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically the guy's dollars per square foot would come down for a while, but you get him in and open. He said he's doing $110,000 a month. So that's good sales.
The liquor store is doing $110,000.
Yes. And I think his sales go up with the drive-through.
Okay.
So, and also too, I mean, there's just, I don't know how you could argue that a drive-through wouldn't be a good thing for them. And then my goal was then to give Abigail's the liquor store space. And
Okay.
the guy that owned Abigail said, my kitchen can't keep up with the volume that I'm doing now. He goes, that would be great. I could build a new hood, do a new 10-year deal. So the owner of the center and I had a dispute, and in times like that, he wins. You know why?
Because he owns it?
Yeah, he owns it. And so I was a little disappointed too. The guy he only paved half the parking lot. So like he paved the front part, but if you're going to drag a company all the way from Kansas City, why wouldn't you go ahead and just pave the whole center?
Sure.
So
Yeah, because, well, it becomes uneconomic to not do the rest of it if you're already front-loading all this expense to do the first part.
well, yeah, I mean, and then also that makes the leasing guy's job better, that you can promote the fact that you've got a shopping center that's got a new parking lot.
It's got a shiny, brand-new parking lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got the keys here, and then I'm gonna get you hooked up with the owner, and then you can sneak in and take the listing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we'll give you that deal. There's a way to make money off of it. I'm just not patient.
Somehow or other, I think I'm going to end up having to pay for half the parking lot.
Oh, well. So anyway,
So
but
are
it comes
you
down
saying
to
that
highest and best use, and so and look, I treat this guy like I would my company, the Mace Rich company
Right.
that I used to work for. Dana Anderson, Mace Siegel. Retail leasing is like a jigsaw puzzle, and so you've got this property, and well, it was like if we go clear back to White Lakes, where Fally's was located.
Yes.
So we cut Fally's up and put in like the Gap. You remember that?
Sure.
Okay, so and here's what was really wild was they were contemplating whether the Gap is right for a mall.
Oh.
It's a jean store.
Yeah. They were.
Well, yeah, think about it. It was like
They were seriously questioning.
well,
it.
yeah. Is that because back in the day, the mall leasing business was about fashion.
Okay, fashion, right.
And so when I'm recommending to the guy that owns White Lakes Plaza, I'm making recommendations from stuff I've learned from 1983 on.
Okay.
And so you reposition your good, strong tenants, give them the right size space. I mean, Abigail's actually could use the drive-through. They could actually benefit from. People could come pick up their to-go orders.
Because if you had a drive-through liquor, I noticed, like, for example, 21st and Washburn Campus View Shopping Center, is that what that's called? What is that over there? where
Well, yeah, that's where I relocated Mike Calvin from the College Hill Project.
they've got a drive-through liquor store over there.
Yeah.
They've got a coffee house.
Well, do you remember? Yeah, World Cup.
World Cup.
I like World Cup.
Henry T's.
Henry T's.
I guess you call it Synergy.
You know who owns that now?
Washburn.
Yes.
I heard Washburn is in the
Yeah.
shopping center business.
Well, I mean, that's their property, you know, going forward.
That's in their sphere.
I
of
mean, you
interest.
could really do some neat stuff with that.
So, I guess we could say we might be taking a step towards creating synergy for White Lakes Plaza by having a drive-through liquor as opposed to a walk-in liquor.
Well, yeah.
And then you've got Abigail's, which is interested in the old liquor store space.
So
then who do you have for the rest of
well,
it?
and here's the thing about it.
Highest and best use.
Well, then, if you know, when you put the liquor store guy back there, you've got to finish the parking lot.
Now, if Robert Kraft,
Who's Robert Kraft?
the owner of the New England Patriots, if he were here today,
Where did he come from?
well, if he were here today, he'd say, "How about a massage parlor?" Don't you
I'm
remember,
not gonna. I don't even want to bring that up.
don't you remember that case?
You know, no. What happened?
Lateral thinking, dude. Lateral thinking.
Okay, so we
He
were
got-
gonna. we got to keep the Topeka Factor on a
Lord.
completely different level. You know, you know why I'm gonna live to be 125?
But seriously, how about Lucky Star massages? White Lakes
Because the
Plaza.
good
I
die
can see
young.
it, huh?
No, I don't want any massage parlors.
They pay good money, dude.
Well, you know, in Nevada, the Mustang Ranch is legal. But anyway, here we're talking about the oldest profession, which real estate guys are probably sometimes attributed to.
We're the youngest profession.
Yes, okay. And
But
that's
seriously, you got to think about you're in South Topeka, you're right off Topeka Boulevard, and so highest and best use.
Well, so the point-
is this
what
the nature of your dispute with the owner?
well, we're not arguing anymore. I'm giving the keys back. But
What?
yeah, well, I'm gonna, man.
Huh?
Yeah, here, look, man. I'm not
He's
kidding.
turning over the keys, sports fans.
Here's the keys.
Those are the keys.
So-
Actual keys.
So
Will the guy sell the shopping center?
no,
he
man,
just bought
he
it.
just bought it at a great rate. But so you
Oh,
get
you said $28 a foot.
yes.
Okay.
But now the Topeka Factor. So now we'll see what he can get done. He's got to get a local guy.
Yeah.
He just fired the best
Did he fire
commercial.
you?
Yeah, or I fired myself.
Huh.
Well, I'm not going to sit there and argue with a guy that I don't respect.
Well, okay. Okay. Well, this is kind of a
This is
a
the
shock-
Topeka
this is
Factor.
shocking news.
No, this is the Topeka Factor. It's just the way things work.
The way things happen sometimes.
You know, sometimes in the commercial business, and I would think so in residential, but anytime in real estate, sometimes you have to fire a client.
Right. Right.
But through my recommendations and my over recommendations, I got fired. I mean, that's the way you really look at it. So did I get myself fired?
That's a good question.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. So you're no longer represent. Now, did he have another shopping center?
Yes, he did, and it's the North Valley Plaza up in on Topeka Boulevard, which he by the way, he paved all of that.
Why wouldn't? Okay, he has. Who is it that he has in there that's doing Asian food on North?
The Asian restaurant.
I mean, you would think they might be interested in doing something in South Topeka, because you literally have Mexican restaurants, and they're both pretty good restaurants, by the way, right across the street
And
from
see,
each
that's
other.
a good idea.
At Troy,
And we give them
and
a
Topeka.
drive-through.
and give the Asian restaurant a drive.
You know what? Maybe I'm just getting too old and not enough patience.
I think you need to take those keys back, dude.
No.
Go see the.
But I think you're right. But
go-
see, here you got to lead. He'll pay 6%.
Yeah.
He'll build a vanilla shell.
Okay. Huh.
I'll give you all the numbers on the drive-through and the architect.
Well,
So
what about?
you know Kevin Holland over at Cook Flat?
We've met, I think.
So it's $4,000 for the engineering to do the drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
Falk wants $10,000 for the architectural to do the vanilla shell, which probably could get him down to 8.
And these have not been done yet. Drive-through,
No,
vanilla shell.
no.
Yeah, that's always been my favorite flavor anyway. I'm a vanilla
Asian?
kind of guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay. Well, no, yeah, I like vanilla bean.
Yeah, vanilla, that's the thing. But anyway, what about this $110,000 a month gross for the liquor store? How would you go
Yeah,
about?
so what you do, this is my thinking, is you take really good tenants like your liquor store guy.
Yeah.
He's producing money. So give him the right deal to take the right space for him to do more sales volume. Okay, then this starts making your center, he's even happier, but then you start filling the gap between two good tenants.
Well, do you mind me asking?
No, I don't mind you asking.
What-
That's why we started the show.
What was the owner's problem with your ideas, which led to this dispute, which apparently has led to the
He didn't.
interruption of your professional relationship?
Well, literally, it was because he didn't want to give the liquor store guy a good a deal as I wanted to give him.
Oh, okay.
And then that's prerogative.
What?
And it's his prerogative, it's his money.
So the good deal would have been in terms of the per square foot rent?
Yes, because I wanted to give the liquor store guy a better deal than he was willing to give. So it's not that the liquor store guy didn't want to move. He just didn't want to move at the economics that I presented. But they weren't the economics that I wanted to present to him in the first place. Mm-hmm. But since I don't own the center.
Okay, so you had to go back to the liquor store guy with the economics.
I had to go back
as
with
adjusted by the owner.
Yes.
So I'm not saying these are the numbers, but you went to the owner and said maybe, hey, we can get this guy moved for $15 a square foot, and the owner's going, nope, got to be 20, something along those lines.
Similar.
Yeah, where the owner just wanted more money per square foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the liquor store guy's already in there.
And
at
what
X.
I'm trying to get the guy to look at it, the way I'm trying to get the guy to look at it is, you've already made your money going into the shopping center. You paid so little for it that you can afford to make a capital investment in good tenants.
Okay, that's the argument to the owner of the.
Yes, that's Henry McClure's argument is, so if you look at the capital outlay to relocate or expand Abigail's and relocate any capital that you'd put in, it's your margin starting at about $28 a foot is huge. If you look at it that way.
When you say 28 a foot, is that referring to the purchase price?
Yeah,
For the entire footprint?
Yeah.
Not just the building.
712,000 or 715,000.
Oh, for the
Yeah,
whole enchilada.
versus 25,000 square feet of space.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty awesome deal, really.
Well, and so, these guys.
Did that guy buy it from Lindemuth?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you put that deal together?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, their broker would never talk to me.
Oh, you mean Lindemuth's broker?
Yeah.
Those people from they're from Lawrence or somewhere.
Missouri.
Missouri. Yeah. Okay.
We've been keeping Kansas safe from Missouri since 1856.
Yeah, really. There's a lot of truth to that.
This is laying it all out on the table, which is the Topeka Factor.
And highest and best use, that's always a good subject. So
Well, yeah.
my thinking,
what I'm trying to get.
what about if you got? I'm just thinking out loud, but you have a nice Asian restaurant.
I like the Asian idea.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay, but how much would the owner of this potential restaurant? How much would they be expecting to pay at similar locations in Topeka?
Well, there you go. There's another reason he's calling me on the carpet for not having that hard data about comps.
Who's he?
You.
Oh, that's me. I'm doing no, I thought we're talking about the owner.
Well, no, but if you go back to I was supposed to have the comps
How
for
much does he want
restaurants.
per square foot
Oh,
for my Asian restaurant?
Oh, well, he wants to at least get $12.
That doesn't sound.
Triple net.
That doesn't sound crazy.
No, it's not. It's not that bad.
But well, I guess we shouldn't get into the
Well,
specifics
and also
with the liquor
too.
store guy.
Well, why? Because it didn't happen.
But why not? I'm just trying to think in terms now.
So I was trying to
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. I was trying to get him to put, some hard money into it, and then I factored it into the rent. But you can still get a return on your investment. See, I think the liquor store is a good guy, and he's a good tenant, and he's successful. And so, all right, let's look at his financial statements, and then decide whether or not we want to make an investment in him.
Here's another question for you.
Because that's what we do sometimes.
Yeah.
Is we'll finance people's tenant finish if they're good. If they've got a great, it's just like banking. You give the money to the guy that doesn't need it.
You finance the tenant finish. How does that work exactly?
Well, you just put a rate of return on the finish and factor it into the lease.
Okay.
So
as opposed to the tenant themselves paying the money to do the finish work.
Right.
Because traditionally, if say you have a little bookstore, you're coming into White Lakes Plaza with your bookstore, and you need to put in shelves, counters, maybe a little coffee bar. Traditionally, the operator, would be paying for all that.
Well, back in the day,
yeah,
we always delivered it as is, where is, and the tenants always had to do their own tenant finish.
They pay for their own, okay.
But time marched on. And then
As
in order to attract tenants, you had to give them some tenant allowance.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you something about the largest office lease I ever did was 152,000 square foot call center.
Wow.
With General Motors.
Holy cow.
And then we financed all their tenant finish.
That's big time.
Yeah.
That's big time.
We financed all their tenant finish because you've got General Motors on the lease.
Right. And well, you never know, but you don't think General Motors is going to go south.
You know what the real upside to that whole deal is?
What was that?
Is that the broker gets paid on all of it.
Okay.
Man, office leasing is very profitable for real estate brokers.
That's a very.
But if you can hobnob with General Motors, you're earning the money.
Did you know? You probably knew this.
I don't know.
The guy who ended up running GM for a while, what was his name? Whitaker? Ed? Used to see him down in the front row of First Presbyterian because he was running the phone company. He was running the Southwestern Bell, and then he moved down to San Antone when they moved their stuff down there with the phone company, and he ended up running GM for a while.
Topeka boy.
A Topeka guy. Well,
the Topeka Factor again.
Edward Whitaker, I think it was either Whitaker or Whiteacre. I'm not sure how you pronounce the last name.
I think it was Whitaker.
Yeah. Anyway, so you didn't do he
What
wasn't.
are you doing at First Presbyterian Church?
Well, I was getting married down there. Great place to get married.
The Briars were Presbyterian? I forgot about that.
They were.
Did you see Sam McClure's picture in there?
I might have.
Samuel?
I may not have recognized
My great-grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the
here's
third.
To Sam.
Yeah. He was discharged here in the after the Civil War. He was a chaplain.
Wow.
And so he was the third priest at First Presbyterian.
Wow.
Number 3.
How about
more of the Topeka Factor for McClure?
I wonder.
You know what he did after that?
What?
He went around opening up Presbyterian churches in Kansas, almost like a real estate guy.
Really?
Yeah. He'd go out and secure the land, get it built, get it up and going, and then go do another one.
He could go to a landowner and say, speaking as a Presbyterian minister, you are predestined.
But there's no difference.
A little inside joke for Presbyterians there. You are predestined.
But there's no
sell it.
difference. He was like a real estate guy for the Presbyterian Church.
Yeah,
To
Sam would have got my joke.
Anyway, I need some prayers today but yesterday.
Lord, help this man.
But I did get a listing the other day from another guy. I picked up another listing at 21st and Adams. And now this guy, listen to this.
21st and Adams.
Yes, 4 acres of land on the corner. And I like this client a lot better than the other guy because, look, he goes, Henry, want to make sure that you get some money on this because I'd been doing some work as a developer on it. And, yeah, I did a lot of homework on it so I can turn all this over to my guy that buys the building.
Isn't there a Dollar General or something?
Right across the street.
Yeah, okay.
So this deal, I get to earn a 6% commission and then co-broker and then pay somebody else a 3%.
Okay.
So the day I lose a listing from a guy that wants to argue with me when I'm trying to help him, I pick up another deal. But that's the way it works.
Okay.
The Topeka Factor.
Was
this a good show? Did we cover anything good today?
Highest and best use.
Highest and best use.
Now, how much time do we have?
We're down to like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. What would prevent, of course, this idea probably could be exported to other locations. What about a sports betting parlor?
Ooh, I like that. Like off track. Yeah. So
Except I don't know why it is that only.
This is like casino.
Yeah. I don't know how you end up getting right to have that.
I sent
somewhere.
some tweets. Twitter is just full with Kansas sports betting.
Yeah.
And I've been sending tweets to every time I get one of their ads about let's do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
See, I'm not sure what the regulations are about.
I love gambling.
About why you have to go to, say, the Hollywood Casino to make a sports bet. There are only certain locations.
Well, now you can do them online.
Well,
let's figure it out. All right, so we're running out of time in this episode, and we're going to get all these other episodes uploaded today. I'm taking them. So Henry McClure live on the Topeka Factor.
Along with the visibly photogenic Marshall Barber.
Videogenic.
Videogenic.
Thank you.
And good night.